share some tips with you about how to learn languages. And I'm very happy about this video because I think it's about time that I share my experiences. So come on in and I'll talk about 3 tips you can use when it comes to learning languages. And the first one is based on the Japanese concept ikigai. And if you look up the concept on YouTube or if you read a book about ikigai, you'll quickly see that there are 4 questions you can ask yourselves. And in my opinion, you can do the same thing when it comes to learning languages. Of course, you need to love what you're doing. So the first question is always, will I love learning this language? Will it give me happiness and joy? Will it make me feel absolutely amazing and empowered? So that's the first thing you need to ask yourself. The second thing you need to ask yourself is, will I be good at this? And I think that's an honest question to ask. I've often asked myself if I might be good in the language that I'm learning, and sometimes when it came to the decision-making process, I actually ended up saying, no, I don't think I'll be good at learning this language, so I should rather go for something else because I'm more motivated. So ask yourself, will I be good at learning this language? The third thing you can ask yourself is, will this help the world? If I learn this language, will it help the world in some sort of way? And the fourth question you can ask yourself, which I personally believe is very important, especially at my age, I'm almost 40, I'm 38 years old. Ask yourself if it will give you some hard-earned cash. Yes, I do believe that when you learn a language, you should also think about whether or not this is something that you can cash in on. Not right now, but later. So that's my first tip. Follow the concept of ikigai. And so now that we're finished with the first language learning tip based on the ikigai concept, let's look into the second tip I would like to share with you. Follow me. So follow me into the office. The second tip I wanted to speak to you about is all about ownership. Yes, baby, you need to take ownership of your language learning project because now we're adults. The school system will not offer us the opportunity to learn a language for free anymore. So how do you take ownership of your own language learning process? In my opinion, you should first of all set up a budget. Set up a budget and think about how much money you're able to spend in order to learn this language that you've decided to plunge into. And of course, sometimes you might have a lot to go on your budget and other times not. And your resources will depend on the budget that you set up for yourself. Secondly, please make sure that you read the European language reference table. You'll find it on the internet. It will clearly describe what you need to learn at level A1 to C2. And when you have a clear understanding of what you need to learn, you'll also be able to set goals for yourself when you set out chunks of time to learn the language that you've decided to go for. For instance, I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm trying to improve my Russian and German skills again. And by reading which level I'm at and which level I want to go to, I can strategize on what I need to do in order to reach the level that I want. I noticed that given that I haven't spoken these languages for a while, I've forgotten a lot. So every time I set aside time or slots of time in order to improve my German or Russian skills, I think about what I need to improve on based on the European Union's language reference framework. So read it. The third thing I wanted to mention when it comes to ownership of your own language learning project is to benefit from the fact that we live in the 21st century and not all of us have the hard-earned cash to go abroad and go on a natural language immersion experience. So why not create an artificial environment around you? If you look at my Instagram feed, you'll see that I've substituted a lot of the profiles that I follow with Russian profiles. And that forces me, when I look at Instagram, to read the Russian alphabet.
Another thing that I do in order to create this artificial environment around me is that I watch a lot of Russian television, Planeta RTR. For those of you who speak Russian, that's really helpful, and I do the same thing with the German language.
Third tip I would like to give to you, if you follow me into the living room. So, the third tip I would like to share with you is repetition. There's the saying in Russian which is повторение мать учения, which basically means repetition is the mother of all learning, and I totally agree with that. Do you remember how you learned your native language? Do you remember how you learned English? If you answer that question, you quickly derive that you learned it by repeating. So just motivate yourself to keep on repeating stuff, keep on repeating words. Even if it sounds dumb, just keep on repeating. That will definitely help you when it comes to learning languages. And if you would like to go to another source, I totally recommend this video on YouTube called The Secrets of Speaking Languages. And when you listen to Lydia's speech, you'll be even more motivated to learn languages. So thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.